Aries, for you, I have this image of you crawling up this very steep, high, and cold mountain. And I see that you were with a group. It looks like at least one other, two other people, but they're like far behind you. And I feel like you're pretty much to the top of the mountain. And you finally get to the top. You're just very agile while traveling as well, while climbing up the mountain. You're very flexible. You're putting your legs up in certain spaces that, you wouldn't normally think you can fit it. But you're being very flexible, very agile, climbing up this mountain. And when you get to the top of the mountain, I see that you look up at the landscape. It's kind of like you get to see different cities and different communities. And from this, you're pulling kind of like where you want to go next. It's like you're thinking of traveling. Um, and I also just get that you climbed up to the top of the mountain just to see how far you've come. So it's almost like you really stay hyper focused on a certain goal or objective. And then kind of after you accomplished it, or maybe if you get sick of it after a while, you kind of want to just do something else to have a higher perspective. You want to see beyond your own goals, your own things. So you may just be in this energy right now in your life where you're really looking towards where to go next. Or you have gone through a difficult time already and it's finally got to the point where you're able to look back and see all you've accomplished. But you're definitely moving in a new direction, and it's taking your open-mindedness and your higher-mindedness to see a higher perspective as well. So Taurus, the image I got for you channeled is actually the story of the tortoise and the hare. And of course, you are the tortoise. You are the one who moves very slowly, methodically, but very determined. And I also got the image of a car being parked. And I feel like for the past few years, definitely, whether you're into astrology or not, what you may or may not know is that the planet of Uranus has been in the sign of Taurus. Uranus is Aquarius energy, very dynamic, very changeable. I actually recommend that you check out the channel message I did for Aquarius so you can get kind of an understanding of what energy it is and it has been for you. And I get that during this Uranus and Taurus energy, it's been a lot of changes. Of course, the world also represents that in a lot of ways. What's changed and what's been uncomfortable for us to have to change from what we've really been building on and really putting our energy into. I get that you're finally at this space where you're able to move from that park space. You're able to get to that end of that story where the hare has gotten into all type of fiascos, yet you are still persistent on your goals. They've changed, they've adjusted, you've gotten more clear about what you needed to focus on new, but you're finally being able to pick up where you feel like you left off, or pick up at a space where you finally feel like you're on the right path and you have the right pace and momentum. Yeah, so I do feel like you're leading towards some type of ending, some type of cycle ending, and a brand new beginning occurring. And you feeling much better about yourself, your abilities, and actually your ability to move into this new direction in a new way, no longer scared of the change. All right, Gemini, for you, the message I got, the image that popped in my head was actually the Lover's card. So for those of you who are really into tarot, the Lover's card is pretty much this image of like Adam and Eve, if you're familiar with the Bible story, but it's a male and female counterpart, which just represents masculine energy and divine feminine energy. So that could be in whatever gender, whatever sexes that you actually are. It could be the same sex, opposite sex, whatever you prefer. But I get this image that it is you actually one of the individuals that's on this Lover's card, and you're kind of like in the Garden of Eden. And the thought that comes to my head is, what would you do if you have everything that you needed already? So I think that's a question that you need to ask yourself. First, what is it that you really want? What is it all that you want? What would that look like? And then what would it be for you? What would you do with having everything? And the first image I got is that this reality for you would be perfect for a Gemini specifically, because you have so many different resources, so many things to do with it. And the image I get is You utilizing how resourceful, how creative you are, and how you can just make something out of nothing. I also get this energy that you really are a people person, a group oriented person, and whatever you're doing is centered around creating a community, creating a group, whether it's just your own family, you know, with kids and things, or whether it's just you and your relationship and focusing on other family members. I get this energy that you're building a community for not only yourself but for others that all fits well together. So yeah. All right, for you, Cancer, I get this image that you are at an amusement park or like some type of festival. You know how you have those festivals, you know, in your city. I know one for mine was called St. Rocco's. People from where I'm from, they'll probably know what I'm talking about. But it's like this carnival, this festival that has a lot of different rides, a lot of different snacks. And I feel like you're there just really having a good time, genuinely. And you're there with like your family and your friends, and it's very nostalgic for you. It makes you feel very comfortable, very at home, very able to be open and be yourself. So I do feel like this is the energy you're in. And then I get this glimpse of that, like you either know or see somebody who you're kind of like dating or courting at the festival, and you guys are in that stage where you're not like officially together. You guys still have you know, ability to kind of go your separate ways or do what you want, but you're definitely like emotionally connected. And I get that you, it's like your emotions change as soon as this happens, right? So I get this message that you are realizing that you are truly the creator of your emotions, of your moods, and you have to be mindful of what comes into your life to offset your mood. But what also comes to your life that makes you feel good, not in a clingy, attached, I'm insecure kind of way, but in a this just genuinely makes me happy, makes me feel good, kind of like the image you get when you are at this carnival with your loved ones and family. Um, so yeah, I get that, and I get to kind of just embrace the journey of emotions, especially when dealing with relationships. Definitely balancing yourself and coming from a mature, emotionally intelligent place, but also just enjoying the getting to know process with you and another person that's going to lead to positivity because your mind is positive. Leo, for you, I get this image that you are kind of, I get this image of a plug that is needing to be plugged in to charge. And I get this need for you to kind of just be in this space, or maybe recently coming out of a space where you needed to recharge your batteries, really needed to focus on yourself and your well being. Because I get the message that it's important for you to charge yourself. You feel like it's you not enjoying yourself or you're not having a good time, but it's actually the opposite. It's you giving yourself enough time to charge is going to allow you to enjoy when you're having fun a lot longer, because you won't have to stop to then recharge it. Think of it like a car, like a car that's powered by it being charged first. Um, if it's on a half charge and you want to have a good time with the car, and then it dies on you while having a good time, you know, that kind of cuts into your fun more so than making sure that you plug in that car overnight, or plug in that car for the time being that it's able to get a full charge so you get to enjoy the full range of that charge. So I get this, that this is the idea of you making sure that you're charging yourself fully so you could utilize your own energy for the long haul. But to also make sure that you are stepping into these energies where, um, you know, you aren't trying, you're not jumping too beyond the curve too quickly. You're allowing things to come to you full, and so you're able to fully enjoy it. So this is both for yourself and both for maybe whoever you're involved with, or a situation that may be premature for you, for it to come to you fully ready and mature for you to enjoy it fully instead of half on its battery. All right, so Virgo, I got a really interesting message for you. I get this image of a rose being grown, and it's connected to its you know, its parent plant, and it's actually grown in a field. But for some reason I get this image that like the conditions that the plant is in isn't as good as it used to be. So it's like you need to kind of uproot yourself, is the message that I'm getting. So I get this image that your individual roles that represent you is cut, and you're actually, sold into the supermarket. Someone picks you up, and then you're taken home. But when you're taken to this home, to this space, you're put in a vase with, the proper temperature, the proper water, the proper nutrients for you to thrive. And you're doing so much well by yourself, even though it seems like you would die in this vase instead of with your parent plants. So I feel like this is a need and an urge for you to kind of like almost get out of your comfort zone, because your comfort zone isn't healthy for you anymore, and it's not even really comfortable for you anymore. So it's like you really realizing this. And I get this image that maybe it's someone you're going to meet, or some situation that you will get into next that will really nourish you and take care of you. More importantly, see your value, because it's going to require you to still be in your own self-love and empowerment. But it's going to see that for who you are, and then really be able to focus on you. You get more one-on-one attention, I feel, than you will being connected to the plant that has a lot of other roses connected. So a lot of other nutrients is going to those other plants instead of you. I feel like you'll be able to focus on you more in this new situation, whatever it is for you. Libra, welcome to your channel message. So the image that I got in my head for you is being in an orange field. So the fruit orange, and a field of trees where they grow. And I see you and another individual pulling oranges off of a tree, and you both are like kind of biting into it and getting the juice out of it, and you're sharing the juice. And I get that this other person in your life is someone who is very adventurous, so they instantly start running to the next tree and like seeing what's out there. And you're like following behind in this very supportive, like happy, just happy to be on an adventure with someone else type of way. So I see that this person is, like I say, definitely somebody who is more adventurous, maybe doesn't have as much routine or structure as you do, whereas you're the one, like I said, that's following behind with more structure. But at the same time, I feel like you have this openness to, like I say, just explore. So this could be pertaining to an actual relationship in your life, or this could be pertaining to some type of new opportunity. And I do feel like it's urging you to move along with it in your balanced Libra way, of course, but with a tinge of open-mindedness, to move in it in a way that is new, that is fun, that is able to be explored without some type of hindrance, but at the same time with maturity and intelligence of where you're going. Um, yeah, that's the message I get for you. All right, Scorpio. So for you, I get this image that is almost similar to the image I got for Leo. So if you have Leo energy in your chart, or if you're dealing with the Leo in any type of way, definitely check that message out to see if it's something in there for you. But I get that I get this image that you are parked. Your car is parked in your driveway, and I feel like it's a relatively new car, and you've been really focusing on the security of the car. So like I don't know if you remember, but it used to be this like this steering wheel lock that you could put on your steering wheel to make sure no one steals the car, even if they are able to get into the car. You're making sure that you have an alarm system on your car. You're just making sure that your car is protected. But I get this thought that, what are you protecting it from? And are you have been so focused and obsessed about protecting your car, aka protecting your energy, that you haven't been really focusing on where you want to go next. Because I also do get that your car is like being it's fully loaded, it's fully gassed up, it's fully ready, everything about it is good, but you have no destination of where to go, and you don't even have an idea where you want to go. And I get this idea that where you're going is really first back to yourself, acknowledging what you want, who you want, just giving to yourself self-love. And then I feel like you're really tapping into your spiritual powers, where you're able to attract things to you. So you being in this space of love is actually all you really need to do right now for you to attract better energy, better vibes to you. And at the very least, also getting rid of the things around you and outside of you that's influencing you not to be in that space of self-love on a continual basis. All right, Sag, for you, I get this image that you're on an airplane, right? Very Sag of you, right? But you are on an airplane, and it's kind of like I see this image of an iPad, and it's like you get to choose your destination on the plane while you're already on there, but you also get to change it if you choose to. And what I see you doing is being on the plane, you have this iPad right in front of you, and you keep on changing your destination. You keep on saying, I feel like at first you were going to go overseas from wherever you are, and now you're wanting to stay local, but now you're wanting to go somewhere else and then somewhere else. So I do get this energy where you are constantly bouncing around, either from possibly different ideas, different people, different future outcomes potentially that you can see. And I do think it's urging you to choose something. And I think in order for you to really choose something confidently, you need to ask yourself, what are your values? What makes you happy the most? What thing, what aspect, whether, like I say, this is a job or relationship, has majority of the qualities that you're looking for that you can really confidently build with. Because I feel like instead of really choosing and deciding that, you are kind of just going, you're bouncing around, which is then causing you to have more stress than it is for you to choose what would truly give you what you're looking for, and being honest with that, because I do think it's a combination of you not wanting to be honest and not to hurt your own feelings or even to end your own excitement about the journey. But then also to just get to this place where you're sure about what you want, and really committing to something finally in your life. So yeah, that's what I get for you. All right, Capricorn. So for you, the image I get is you being this representation of a gate. Think of a gate that like keeps out, one home from another home, one yard from another yard. I get this image that you are really, really good at being this gate, and it's almost kind of familiar, similar to the message I got for Scorpio. So if you have Scorpio or dealing with the Scorpio, if you have Scorpio in your chart or dealing with the Scorpio in your life in some way, definitely look at that reading to see if you could get some insight from that. But it's this idea that you're keeping things out. A gate is really good at creating boundaries, knowing when one thing begins and another thing ends. And it's also really good at creating a boundary to know, you can or cannot come in here. But I do feel like this gate, for one hand, it's making it clear, and it's saying that your restrictions and limitations are necessary to be had for you to have your own identity and to know and have healthy boundaries. But I also do feel like there's something, someone, an opportunity that is coming in for you that really wants to come in, but because of your gate and maybe because of your mixed signals or wrong directions towards yourself, or your lack of offering of the right directions, is what's keeping this situation, this opportunity from coming into you. And it's something that you really want, but it's something that you're having a hard time trusting. So just like with a gate that we're able to build it, we're able to change the gate, create a new opening if we need to. And I do get this image that that's kind of where you are right now, is creating some opportunity for this thing to come in. So in order for you to let go of your trust issues and your things that is keeping this opportunity from coming in, is actually how you're creating this new gate, or even this new entrance in the gate for all that you want to come in. Aquarius. So the really cool image I get for you is actually you as a lightning bolt. And I get that you are in a lightning bolt that comes from the heavens that strikes the specific lighthouse or this pole that actually gives and provides electricity to the entire city. And I feel like the city was experiencing an electricity drought, or like they were in a blackout. And you came in out of nowhere and kind of just flashed your spark into this pole, giving light to everyone in the city. So I do feel like this has to do with your purpose, your life purpose, is remembering that what makes you happy and what you're kind of meant here to do is be this kind of spark and jolt in your own life and in other people's lives, where you're giving new information, you're giving new insights, you're giving uniqueness and authenticity that makes other people wake up to theirs as well. And I do feel like the satisfaction that you get from this is, like I say, being the one who enlightened others. So I do feel like there's urging you to get into the space where you are being someone who is more compassionate, more connected to the people that you're around. For those of you who have been questioning your purpose, it's to continuously be in this revolutionary type of energy, where you are comfortable where you are because you are able to be who you are and express your true gifts and talents and your knowledge. And you're meant to be someone who is to shake up the world, to be different from the status quo. So don't feel like your differentness, your uniqueness is actually what hurts you, is actually your greatest strength. And I feel like really utilizing that and remembering that is what's going to make your life moving forward that much more exciting, because you're tapped into that very unpredictable yet with a purpose type of energy. So, Pisces, the cool image I got for you is, you remember the tree that is in, I believe it's Jack and the Beanstalk, where like it grows up into the sky really, really tall? I get that you are in this phase of your life where you're at this tree that you really want to grow. And the tree, as long as you continue to keep your focus, your belief, your desires on this positivity and this new life, because I do feel like it's a new life coming in for you, that you're able to grow this tree really, really tall. And this tree is actually going to go beyond the skies, beyond the clouds, and it's going to be like you're in a whole new reality. But remember, the tree grew from the roots that is on earth. So the image I get and the message that I get from this is, be very mindful where you are planting your tree, because when you're up in the sky, you know, when you build your tree house up there and you're not able to keep tabs on where the roots are, it's going to be very mindful for you to be confident that wherever those roots are grown, that someone isn't going to come and try to chop it down, or anything like that. It's going to be in a good environment that you can trust, with your spirit, that you know, the universe is going to take care of it. I get this as a reaction towards maybe giving your energy to things and situations in the past that weren't worthy of your trust. But really being in a space now where you're able to cultivate a new life. So not focusing on the past, but making sure that you are creating new foundations for yourself that are better. Again, to live your dreams, to live in a whole new reality. And that will really provide you the space, both the isolation, but also the freshness and the newness of being far up in the sky, that'll give you everything that you're looking for this new opportunity.